Okay, ma'am, I'm starting. Ma'am, I did. It's not working today. Okay, ma'am, I'm starting. पेपर का पेपर का है उधर है शायद
आप सीधे बोल रहे हैं।
मैं नहीं बोलूँगी कुछ भी आप स्टार्ट कर दो कैमरा नहीं ऑन हो रहा है Okay, good morning doctors. Shall we begin? Okay, so you have been waiting quite some time, so let's begin. So, welcome all of you to Academically and welcome to this session that will change the course of your life. You have spent years mastering the art of healing, dedicating your life and to medicine, and the world owes you a healthcare system that values you beyond limits, where opportunities are vast, pay scales are rewarding, and your professional growth knows no bounds. Today, we are going beyond borders, breaking all myths, decoding processes, and unlocking doors to global medical careers. So, if you have dreamed of working in various countries across the globe, such as Australia, New Zealand, UK, Ireland, or beyond, this is your moment. Today, we are going to explain to you the whole process of moving to various countries and how you are going to do that. Okay, so let's dive in. Okay, so these are some examinations and these are the countries that one AMC four countries you saw that is about these four countries. Once you give the AMC 1 examination, you are able to work in get registered after giving the clinical exams, of course, in Australia, New Zealand, Ireland, and Dubai as well. Okay, so before I explain about all of these examinations and everything, I would like to tell you more about academically. Why we are doing what we are doing, why we are here to help you, to guide you. What are we as an organization? What do we do? Let me tell you something about us first. Okay, so our main headquarter is in Australia and Academically Global is an EdTech company. We help you, even though we are an EdTech company, we provide education, along with that, we provide guidance with the various processes, be it documentation or after that, help with guidance with, help with your process, interview process and rest of that. We help you, we guide you, we assist you with all of that because we understand that after clearing the exam, we do not leave you. We hold your hand, we tell you that this is what you have to do, this is what you can do to excel in your lives and your careers. So, moving on to the main person, I would say the person, the man behind this revolution that has been brought about awareness of the healthcare professionals working around the world about the licensing exams that are there, this man. This is Dr. Akram Ahmed. He himself is a clinical pharmacist. He's a researcher. He has over 10 years of teaching experience. He has worked in various countries such as India, Malaysia, and right now he's in Australia. So his goal has always been to help healthcare professionals achieve their dreams. Because at one point in his life, he was there alone and he wanted to know how he could achieve his dream, how he could build himself, how he could build his career, how he could build his life. But there was no one for him. So he has decided, he has made it his dream to help healthcare professionals achieve their own dreams and excel in their lives. So, now coming to the person that is going to be responsible for curating the courses, the academic head of the medical course of AMC and the various medical courses that we have is Dr. Renee Sharma. Now, Dr. Renee, she did her MBBS and then her MD, and after that she did MBA from Charleston Southern University. She is also a distinguished researcher and has contributed to various research papers and studies. She is the one who is responsible for building your curriculum. She is the one who heads all the medical courses. Now, coming to Dr. Naeem Mohammed. Now, this is going to be your head faculty for the, especially for the clinical exams. Now, Dr. Naeem is a medical professional, is a doctor who is working right now in Australia in geriatrics at HNELHD. He has also qualified the FRACP exam and is pursuing advanced training. So as you know that this learning does never stop. Especially for doctors, learning does not stop. So he himself is an example of that. Even after completing his MBBS and his health services management from the University of Sydney, from University of Technology, that is in Sydney, he is learning, and he is here to help you, to guide you. He himself qualified the AMC examination, clinical part, and then got registered, and after that he is here for you, to help you, to guide you. Coming to the other faculty that is going to be there for you, there is Dr. Swapnil, Dr. Udara, Dr. Hema, Dr. Imelda, Dr. Zehratul Q, and Dr. Amit Desai and Dr. Bhavya Reddy. All of them are qualified AMC or USMLE 1 and 2. All of them are qualified on about what they are teaching. So that is there. This is going to be your faculty, and faculty is very important. As you know, the person who is teaching you, they should have qualified that exam, they should be experienced. So that is very important, and that is why we have, handpicked these people, these doctors, because they are the best of the best. Now, coming to why AMC and what is AMC. So AMC, the Australian Medical Council MCQ examination, this is one exam that is going to help you work in various companies. If you qualify this exam, you will be eligible to write the exam for various different countries, the clinical exam, because all of the countries, they have one MCQ examination, and after that there is a clinical examination. So this AMC MCQ exam, this helps you to give the examination, clinical examinations of various other countries. Now, what is the best thing about AMC MCQ is that for this examination, no experience is required. Once you complete your MBBS and you are registered in your home country, right after that, you can go for this exam. You can go for AMC MCQ. Okay. Now, I'll tell you more about the AMC MCQ pattern and all of that. Before that, let's dive into the reason why we are here, why we want to move to various countries, why we want this webinar, and why you need academically. Why? Because you want to improve your life. You want to improve your earning. You want professional development. You want better career opportunities. You want a work-life balance. You don't want to be working at some points 18 hours a day. You don't want that, right? Even if you are working, because you are doctors, that is in your nature that you work for the best. You work for the people. So that is there. But still you should be compensated for that. So why we are having this webinar? Because you want to improve your lives, the quality of life. I'll tell you about Australia. Well, in Australia, there is very good work-life balance. You are always paid, mostly paid on hourly basis, and if you are working even if 1 hour extra, you will be compensated for that. Your life is not, does not belong to the hospital. It belongs to you. You are giving your life for the hospital. You are working at the hospital and they respect that, and you are compensated for that. There are very good career opportunities, and of course, you get global recognition. The technology that is there helps you with your professional development, and yes, very good, very high earning potential. The salaries there are starting from 1 lakh Australian dollars in Australia or in various other countries. The salaries are very good. So, moving on to how. Now, this is the most important slide for you. This is what you have to understand. First, for any examination, you have to do the documentation process. So this first thing, this is you have to go for the EPIC verification. Once the EPIC verification is done in USA, so once you do get your EPIC number, after that you apply for the AMC portfolio. This is the document verification part. Okay, so we at Academically, we are going to help you, assist you with this process also, because we know it might be a hassle for you, but we have experience, we have done this for a lot of students. So we decided that just guiding with the exam is not enough. You might need help with this process also. So we help you with the document verification process also. After that comes once your documents are verified, once your AMC portfolio is made, after that comes the second part, that is the AMC Part 1 examination or the AMC MCQ examination. I'll explain about the examination later on. Okay, so AMC Part 1, after that you have 3 options. Okay. Once AMC Part 1, you have qualified AMC Part 1 examination, after that you can give the AMC Part 2 clinical exam. The AMC Part 2 clinical exam, once you qualify that exam, you can get registered in Australia. Coming to the second one, after giving the AMC Part 1 exam, you can go for NZREX, that is New Zealand Registration Examination, that is clinical. Once you qualify this examination, you can get registered in New Zealand. Coming to the third one, you go for AMC MCQ examination, that is AMC Part 1. Once you have qualified that, you can sit for the Press 3 examination, and once you have sitting for this, you can get registered in Ireland. Ireland is the gateway to Europe. Once you are registered in Ireland, in a European country, you can get your visa transferred. That is a long, different process. So, coming back to this, you have understood this one examination, that is AMC 1. You give this examination. After that, you can write the clinical exams of Australia, New Zealand, or Ireland. Now, once you have registered yourself in any of these 3 countries, you register yourself in these 3 countries, after that you can directly go for Dubai. You are exempted from writing the DHA, the Dubai Health Authority examination. You can directly get transferred there, that registration exam. So that is it. This is the flowchart that you need to understand, how this one exam is going to give you so many options. You give AMC 1, you can go for AMC 2 or NZREX or Press 3, and after qualifying any of this, you can, after registering yourself in that particular country, you can go for Dubai. You get registered in Dubai. So that is there. Now, coming to the Australia pathway, one by one I'll explain these to you now. The first one, you get document verification. In document verification, there is EPIC number and AMC portfolio. After that, you have the AMC 1 examination, the AMC MCQ examination. After that, you have to give the English proficiency examination, of course. And then, finally, you give the clinical examination, that is AMC 2, and you can get registered in Australia. Next one. In simple words, again, same thing. Document verification, AMC 1 examination. Also, I would like to add here that along with AMC 1 examination, if you have already qualified USMLE steps 1 and 2 or PLAB 1, still you can give the NZREX clinical examination. But since AMC 1 is opening so many doors for you, I suggest that AMC 1 is the best option. Otherwise, you have this option of going for USMLE 1 or 2 or PLAB 1, qualifying those exam, and then also you can come to NZREX, or you have already done that. You have already qualified USMLE 1 and 2, because USMLE 3, the matching process, that's a little bit difficult. So if you have qualified USMLE 1 and 2, then you can sit for this exam. Then again, you have to give the English proficiency examination, and then comes the final clinical exam, that is the NZREX clinical. Now, coming to the Ireland pathway. Similar to The other country, Ireland, also it has the same process. First there is document verification, then AMC 1. Same applies here also as to New Zealand, that US, if you have given USMLE step 1 and 2 or PLAB 1, still you can write the Press 3 examination. You give, after that AMC 1 you give the English proficiency examination, and lastly you give the Press 3 clinical exam. Now as for Dubai, first is the document verification, then next comes if you have qualified AMC 1 or 2 or USMLE 1, 2 and 3. All 3 steps are required. AMC 1 and NZREX clinical, or AMC 1 and Press 3. Then you are eligible to work in Dubai. You get registered in Dubai. Okay. So, now we have talked so much about AMC, why AMC is important, what are the benefits of AMC. Let's come to if you are eligible to sit for AMC. That is very simple. The eligibility criteria is pretty simple. You just have to have a bachelor's degree, an MBBS degree from a recognized university, or that degree should be recognized on WDOMS. That is World Directory of Medical Schools. If you have any doubts regarding your degrees, you can connect with your counselors. You can share your numbers and you can connect with them, and we will help you find out if your degrees are valid or not. Generally, most college degrees are valid, but there are some conditions. Some colleges, some universities might not be listed on WDOMS. So we need to check that. So you can drop in your numbers and your counselors will contact you, and then you can find out, and then you can move ahead with the process. Now coming to the requirements, what all documents are required for your skill assessment. Your MBBS MS degree, a transcript is all the collection of all of the years of all of the subjects that you have studied, and what marks that you got in all the years, in the 4 or 5 years of your college, how many marks did you get, and all of that. It's a combined degree. So that is the transcript. Then a valid passport, a government ID proof, a passport size photograph, and work experience if you have any. If you don't have work experience, you don't have to go for this. There is no requirement for work experience to sit for the exam. But if you have work experience, then you have to show that in the skill assessment process. Now coming to this English proficiency requirement. Now English exam, English proficiency test, this can be given before AMC or after AMC, but I would suggest that you go for it after the AMC examination, because then you will be of free mind. Once you have qualified your exam, now you can simply give some time and sit for the English proficiency test. Now we have 3 options: IELTS, OET or PTE. Now IELTS, most of you must know about IELTS. For IELTS you need an individual and overall score of 7 bands. So for IELTS 7 is minimum to get yourself registered with AFRA. So 7 bands. As for OET, you have to get 350 out of 500, or it is known as the B grade. Either I have to get 350 or B grade, same thing. Third one is PTE. Now PTE is comparatively easier to rest of them. You have to get a minimum score of 65 only. Out of 90, you have to get a minimum score of 65 only. So I would suggest you go for this, because this is not, this is the minimum requirement. 65 is the minimum requirement. But if you get more than that, it helps you with the visa process. So I would suggest that you go for an examination that gives you higher marks. So PTE is a great option because of that. Now coming to the AMC MCQ exam, the one that we have been talking about for so long. What is this? This is the Australian Medical Council's examination that is there to assess you. This is a simple MCQ type paper. I'll show you the details. Now this is the examination. There is one very important thing. Before starting with anything else, I'd like to tell you that there is no negative marking. That is the best thing about AMC examination. There is absolutely no negative marking there. So that's great. Now you get 150 MCQs, and out of these 150 MCQs, you have to attempt these in 3.5 hours. The time duration is 3.5 hours. 150 MCQs you have to attempt in 3.5 hours without any negative marking. Now you are scored out of 500 marks. So why 500 marks? There are 150 MCQs and you are being scored out of 500 marks because each and every question that is there does not have the same marks. Every question has different marks. I'll explain the pattern to you. This is a CBT adaptive test. CBT adaptive test means this is a computer based test that is adaptive in nature. It adapts to your answers. Now I'll tell you an example. Let's say that when you start, you get a question that is of medium difficulty. Okay, the first question that you will get will be of medium difficulty. If you answer that question correctly, then the next question that you will get will be a little bit more difficult than the previous one. Now you have got this question, you answer this question. If you answer this question correctly, then you will get the next question which will be more difficult than the previous one. If you answer that question incorrectly, then you will get a question that is easier than the previous one. So this is the pattern. Now the difficult questions will have more marks and the easier questions, they will obviously have less marks. Now the thing is, why you need practice? Now we are all used to those MCQ type questions that is for 4 marks, and if you get it correct, you get 4 marks. If you get it incorrect, you get -1. That is a negative. There is no negative marking here, but this is an adaptive test. So you need practice for such sort of test. What happens is, there have been some instances where, you know, a doctor came out of the examination hall and he was very happy that all the questions, this was a very easy exam and all the questions were very easy and I'll definitely qualify this. But what happened was, he was not able to qualify. Why? Because he was answering the questions incorrectly, he was getting easier questions. So for that you need practice. Practice is important in this test. So for that we provide you with AI grant tests that are based on the same pattern as of the main examination. So you will have an idea of what this examination is and how you are supposed to attempt the questions, how you are supposed to manage the time. And one very important thing, time management is essential because you have to answer all 150 questions. You cannot leave one question. That is essential. Because when we have negative marking, generally we tend to leave some questions if we are not sure about them. Since there is no negative marking, this is a added benefit for you, that but you have to answer all of the questions. That is compulsory. Now, this is something that I would like to tell you. This is workplace based assessment. Now, once you have given the AMC 1 examination, as I told you, there are many options for you. Okay, for various countries, for Dubai and all other countries. Now, after giving AMC 1, you have another option. Actually, 2 options that I'll like to share with you now. The workplace based assessment. Now, what is this? If you are planning to move to Australia only, you give the AMC 1 examination, you give the English examination, IELTS or PTE or OET, whichever you want, and after that you get limited registration, you go to Australia, you work in a workplace based assessment hospital. Now there are some hospitals, around 23 hospitals in Australia, that provide this service, that if you are working in that hospital, you can be assessed in the hospital only. So by doing this, you will bypass the AMC 2 examination, and once you have worked there, you have been assessed, you don't need to give the clinical examination. But the thing is that there are not a lot of job opportunities there in those workplace based assessment hospitals. So that is one thing, but I would like to share this information with you because this will help you. Like, if it would be great if you can get yourself a place in a workplace based hospital, WBA hospital, then you don't have to sit for the clinical examination. Okay, now coming to the 𝗙𝗘𝗘 pathway. 𝗙𝗘𝗘 is pre-employment structured clinical interview. Now in this, I'll explain this to you in simple words. If you have 3 years of experience working as a GP, working in primary healthcare, working in OPDs, 3 years experience, then you can write the MC1 examination and you can get yourself evaluated through the 𝗙𝗘𝗘 pathway, where you will be giving an interview, all your credentials will be verified, and after that you can get registered. So this is not as easy as that. You have to give AMC 1 and then you have to, the experience is counted. The experience is very important in what field it is. So you need to keep that in mind. Now, these are 2 pathways. Instead of giving clinical exam, you can go for these 2. Other than that, coming back to the AMC Clinical Exam. Now, this exam, this is a clinical exam, and you have the habit of going for clinical exams. You have given so many OSCEs over the years of your college, so you would understand the basic pattern of this examination, right? Okay. Now, for this examination, you have to be in Melbourne, because this examination is held in Melbourne only. So, the eligibility criteria is, yes, as I have already mentioned, the eligibility criteria is AMC MCQ. You have to qualify it. AMC MCQ, AMC Part 1 is just a qualifying exam. There are no scoring that you have to score this much, then you will be eligible for AMC 2, or then you will get a job. No, it's just a qualifying exam. Once you qualify AMC 1, you can sit for AMC 2. And this I have already told you, that English proficiency test is required, limited registration is required. Okay, now coming to the AMC 2 examination. All of you have gone through various exams, various practical exams. In India we say practical exams, or OSCEs, objective structured clinical exams. So we have all gone through that. So I'll just give you a brief idea about how this exam takes place. Now, in this exam there are 16 stations. Okay, the examination comprises of 16 stations, and there are 4 rest stations. So overall there are 20 stations. So out of these 20, 16 stations are assessed. Okay, there are 16 stations. Out of these 16 stations, 14 are required, 14 are scored. So to make it simple, 20 stations are there. Out of those 20, 4 rest stations. Now 16 are left. Out of these 16, 14 are scored, 2 are not scored. So what you have to do is, you have to focus on 14. Now out of these 14, to qualify, you just have to score 9. Earlier you had to, the passing score was 10 out of 14. Now it has been reduced to 9 out of 14. So for the clinical examination, you have to score 9 out of 14. Now there are 16 total stations that are assessed. This is clear? Understood? Give me a thumbs up if you have understood this. Then I'll move on. I'll explain about this to you, about what actually happens at those stations. Now, in those stations, you have simulated patients. Okay, I understand that you have knowledge about this, that how this is done, because you have been to hospitals where you have worked with actual patients. Okay, but there is a very basic, very simple difference between the actual patients and the simulated patients, or the videotape patients that will be given to you. The simple difference is going to be, when you are with a real patient, they will try to give you as much information as they can. Without even you asking, they will tell you 20 more things. This is a real patient that you have dealt with in the real life. But the simulated patients, the patients that are going to be there in the clinical exam, they are not going to be like that. They have been trained. They have, a workbook that they go through. They have been trained for each case, where they give out only that much information that you ask, the bare minimum information. Now you are assessed on the basis of how many questions, how good are you at history taking, how good are you at communication. If you are taking care of all the cultural safety norms in Australia and New Zealand, these countries, cultural safety is very important. So you are assessed on the basis of these things. That is there, that you have to, physical examination is there, but the rest of the things, management, investigations. Now one thing about investigations, now if a patient, if in real life, if you have a patient, they say, come to you, they'll present you with all of their investigations. This is my X-ray report, this is my MRI report, these are all the blood tests. They'll present all of that to you. But here, you will be provided with only those tests that you ask for. Now for that, you need to practice. Looking at the history, once you communicate with the patient, you need to understand which questions you need to ask. And there is limited time. You don't have unlimited time that you can sit with the patient and ask for all the details and everything. You have limited time. So that is what you need to practice. That is what we are going to help you practice, that this is the sort of cases that come and this is what you have to do. In this case, this is the type of questions that you need to ask. So that is why Academically has brought in various doctors, various practicing professionals, because they are going to help you in these points. Like how to exactly take history, how to do everything from history taking, how to be better at communication, how to be more professional, because these are the domains that are assessed. There are a lot of things, important things. You might think that communication is not that important. I'm a very good doctor. I look at the reports and I can just tell that what are the problems. I'll tell the patient that this is what you have to do. But no, you have to be very good at the communication. You have to explain everything to the patient and you have to learn that. You have to explain that in a professional manner. And all of these are assessed. So this is very important. That is why we have brought in Dr. Naeem and various other faculty, because they are going to help you with this part. Now, this I have added a sample question for you. So you are an intern in the emergency department and you have a patient. The nurse has bandaged a laceration on Miss Oliver. Now what happens is, now this is the basic case that is given to you. Okay? So as you can see, these are simple cases but a little bit complex also. There is a laceration on Miss Oliver's hand. Okay? Now you have to understand this, that this laceration could be because of the patient's mental state. That is, they might have self-inflicted that wound. So this is something that you need to keep in mind while you look at that patient. Okay, so here what you have to do is, in this case, you have to understand that a focused history is required, because the patient might come and say that I hurt myself by mistake. So that is why you need help to understand what sort of cases you can get. So in that case, you will be assessed on the basis of these will be your task. You will have to take a very focused history, assess the patient's mental state here. Even though it is a physical wound, you have to assess the patient's mental state. And then you have to advise her on the appropriate management for the laceration, for the wound, as well as for her mental state. Okay. Now, coming to the next examination, this is the NZREX exam, that is a New Zealand registration examination. This is also an OSCE type of examination. So, in this also, this is similar to that examination, but a little bit of differences in the number of stations that are there. So, as we can see here in the NZREX examination, there are 12 stations and all of them are weighed equally. Now, candidates need to pass at least 7 out of those 12. Okay, and this examination is held in Auckland, New Zealand. Okay, so similar pattern, objective, all syllabus. See, the syllabus for medical courses, it's similar, depends on which topics are being focused on more in that particular exam. Otherwise, the syllabus is all similar. So what we are going to do at Academically here is that we are going to give you, focused topic wise. Like if you have cardiopulmonary, neurology, nephrology, we are going to start with, in the clinical section, we have cases. We will be discussing particular cases. We will be explaining the whole cardiovascular system, and after that we'll be discussing the cases that are there, that cases that can come, that have actually come before that with this, because this is not a one-time thing that we have just started. All of this curriculum has been made based on previous students who have given the exam, based on their experiences, which questions are asked, all of that, because there is no previous year questions available or something like that. So this is from experience, because we have a history with the AMC past students who have qualified these exams, because we are at very good terms, because some of them are even our faculty now. So with their help, we have built this curriculum. So that is there. After that, the course. Yes, I have explained to you about the course, that you will be provided with live classes where all of the cases will be discussed, all the systems will be discussed, and along with that, all the necessary study material that is there, mock exams will be there to help you prepare for the actual exam, and support throughout. The support, the mentoring, that is the one thing that sets us apart from the rest of the centers that are there, coaching centers or whatever that is there. That is one thing that sets us apart, that at any moment that you need guidance, that you need help, you will contact your program manager. Your program manager is going to be there for you whenever you have a problem. Or you can, if you have any doubt while you're studying at any time, say morning or night, because you have duties, you don't know when you are going to be studying. Whenever you are studying, you have a doubt, you post it on the Discord platform, from where the doubt will be cleared. So you will be getting your answer. So there will be doubt clearing, constant doubt clearing for you, along with that guidance for you. Okay, these are the program highlights. These are the things that we provide. There is instructor-led and self-paced content. What that means is that there will be, as I have told you, Dr. Naeem and the various faculty is going to be there who are going to instruct you at your own pace. Along with that, the recorded lectures that are provided after the classes, they are the self-paced content. They are going to help you because you might not have been able to attend the lecture, or you might have attended the lecture, but there might have been something that you did not understand or you want to revise. So the recorded lectures are going to be there to help you with that. Okay, after that, as I told you, your program manager is going to be there for you at all times. If you have any problem, if you have any doubt, if you need guidance regarding anything, you can connect with your program manager. Along with that, about the access to content, you will be provided content not just for, like, say, the 4 month, the curriculum is for 4 months, not just for those 4 months, after that also. So you will be provided the extended access to content. We have a flexible schedule because all of the doctors that we have, they are working in various countries across the world. So the schedule is going to be presented to you before the week. Next week you are going to have classes. We'll be telling you that this is the schedule, this is how you have to do. Otherwise, along with that, you also are going to have recorded lectures. That way you can do it at your own pace when you want to go for it, when you want to do that topic. Along with that, we have periodic webinars from these industry mentors. Yes. So there are people who are, as I told you, that what are the important things here? Cultural safety is very important. Professionalism and communication is very important. Right now, what is going on in the industry there? There might have been some new changes. So to help you understand all of that, to help you gain an experience about all of that, what we do is we arrange periodic webinars with people who are working there in the industry, with doctors who are working there. So they will be able to guide you, you will be able to ask them questions. So that is there. Along with that, feedback and assessment, constant, as I told you, that all the mocks that are there, you will get, you go through a topic, you do the mock test. After that, you will get your marks, you give the grand AI test, you get the marks, and which topics you need to focus more on, which topics you are not doing well in. So all of that is provided to you. This is going to help you improve. While you are learning, you might give an exam and you don't get good marks, but you don't know where you are making the mistakes. So this way you will be able to know that these are the topics that I'm not doing good in. I need to focus more on these topics. Along with that, we have very important thing, that is because we get a lot of questions for how am I going to apply for the jobs, how do I do this, how do I do that. So to help you with all of that, we have constant support for your cover letter as well as CV writing and all of that process, interviews. So when you go for the interview, you have to be well prepared. So for that, we are going to help you throughout. Then last one, we help you with especially with the visa support. Now visa is a very complicated process. So with that and placement guidance, we help you with these two things also. So this was a basic introduction to the whole course as well as to the examinations. Now I'll tell you what is going to be there mainly in the clinical examination. So in the course with the clinical examination, first we will be starting with the general introduction to clinical basics. Okay, we'll be doing it topic wise, system wise, like all the different systems are going to be covered. Along with that, all the various topics that are there, all of that will be covered. Let's say cardiopulmonary, neurology, urology, nephrology, all of those are covered, and all of the important cases in those topics, all of that is covered. Okay, and after that, after one system is complete, for example, neurology is complete, after that we are going to have role play on each topic. We are going to have a lesson for role play. We have completed the theory section, all of the questions that can be asked, all of the things, we have done that. After that, we will do a real role play. Like how you will get a patient, how that patient will, answer your questions, how you are going to ask them questions, all of that will be done for each system. After completing one system, we are going to have a role play session. And there we are going to do the actual recalls, the questions that, situations that were given to students who attempted the examination. And after that, we'll explain what is the right way to answer those questions. How do you go about? How do you do the physical examination? How do you take history of that particular case? All of that will be discussed. And once all of this, all the systems are done, all of the topics are completed, the system-wise role play on each topic is done. After that, we will have the final clinical exam simulation, where the real exam scenario is recreated and you have to go about and do this real exam simulation. So that is there. Okay, now to tell you about the course, there is extended course access for up to 6 months. We have weekly live classes, and along with that, we provide you for your own benefit the recorded sessions, because you are working professionals, you might be working at day or night at the hospital. So we provide recorded sessions for that. The duration of the course is up to 4 months. After 4 months, you get access to for 2 months for all of the recorded lectures and for doubt sessions also. Okay. So if you want to access the content for more than 6 months, we have made one thing very simple for you, that you can take the access for another 6 months at just the 50% of what you paid for the first 6 months, because at this time you need revision. So that is there to help you with. Now coming to the government fees that is there for the various examinations. Now for AMC2 examination, this is the application fee, and after that this is the exam fee, and this is in Australian dollars. 3,991 Australian dollars is the AMC2 clinical fee. As for the NZREX fee, it is 4,713.88 New Zealand dollars, and the press 3 fee is 815 euros. Okay, now coming to one very important thing, since Dr. Akram himself, struggled to study. For education, he had to struggle a lot. His family had to struggle a lot to provide for his education. So because of that, he understands the value of money in education. And for that, he has provided with the option of EMIs, student loans. So for education, you will be provided student loans. Along with that, we also have the scholarship program. You can go for the scholarship program, and based on that, you will be the scholarships will be provided to you based on your scores in the scholarship program, the Academically Scholarship for Abroad program. You can visit our website, register for the test, clear the test with the result, and then bag the scholarship, or you can drop in your numbers. Our counselors will get in contact with you, and they will help you, guide you with the scholarship test, how to give the test, and the rest of the things that you need. Any guidance, anything that you need, our counselors will help you with that. Now coming to why trust academically, this is a very important question, and we have over the years built a very good name, a very big name, grand name in healthcare. So we have a reputation, we have a legacy, we have over hundreds of students have qualified the AMC examination being with us. The faculty profile is of utmost importance. Yes, the faculty here, they are all well qualified and they are practicing. One very important thing is they are practicing right there where you want to be. They are where you want to be in the future. So they can be your role models, they can be your guides, they can tell you what you should do. They have also been where you are today. So this is going to be very beneficial for you. The course content, as I said, that Dr. Renee is the academic head. She has, given it her best. She had worked day and night to curate this content, to make it precise, to help you clear the exam. Because there is a lot of things that you have to do, a lot of things that you have to learn, that you have learned over the years during your college. But here we need to be precise. So that is why she has curated this content in such a way that all of that is revised, and what are important, what topics are important, are given more focus to. And we have a very extensive alumni network that you will, later on get in touch with. We have this very important thing, that the personalized approach, the counseling, mentoring, motivation, all of that. Whenever you need help, your counselor is going to be, your program manager is going to be there to help you with that. Any guidance you need, any support you need, any doubts you have, you go to your program manager. Now you can visit our office here in Hyderabad right now where I am sitting, or you can visit our office in Australia, or soon we will be having another office in Hyderabad. You can visit us there also. Now these are some of our alumni that later on you might get in, when you move to Australia or various other countries, you can get connected with them. And a lot of success stories, and these are some reviews. So you can go to our website and check out the reviews also. I think that you would find that better. Now this is some media coverage, because we are a great name in the field of healthcare education. So this is from the Economic Times, and this is Dr. Akram, the man behind this revolution of helping healthcare professionals achieve their goals, achieve their dreams. See, the reason why we are providing scholarships and we are providing help with, these education loans for the course at Academically. The reason, because Dr. Akram himself, he is a farmer's son, and later on he has made this, organization to help people, to help healthcare professionals. These are some of the magazines that he has been featured in, that we academically have been featured in. You can connect with us, you can contact us through our website, or the best thing I would suggest is you drop in your numbers in the in-call messages, and from there we'll connect with you. For one-on-one counseling, we'll connect with you. For any doubts, anything you want to, I would suggest that you go to our website, visit our website, look at all the reviews and everything, and right now drop in your numbers so that we can connect with you. Okay then, thank you. That is all for today, for this webinar. Now, if you have any questions, any queries, please let me know.
If possible, can we meet in Delhi?
Right now, we cannot meet in Delhi, but you can come to, where are you from, by the way?
Like, I'm from Haryana. It's nearby, like in Delhi and
Yeah,
approach.
yeah, I understand. Well, Shabnam, right?
Yes, ma'am.
You
Yes.
do one thing, you drop in your number here, and if any time later on, if we have a, meet there,
Mm-hmm.
you can come there, or you can visit here in Dehradun. Why don't you visit in Dehradun? Masuri is nearby. You,
Okay.
yeah, but we can have a VC. Okay, if you want,
Okay. Okay.
yeah, you drop in your number, and one of our counselors will connect with you, and we will guide you through we have a own platform, LMS platform, where all the classes are
Okay.
taken. So they'll guide you about the whole thing.
Okay. Where should I drop the number in call?
Yes, in the in-call messages.
Yeah,
Okay.
Shabnam, you can actually drop your contact details, and our team will get in touch with you. We'll sort all your queries and concerns. And just in case, if you need, we will even have a video counseling session as well. Right?
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
There were a few concerns, like if you wouldn't mind, like we all wanted to ask. The first one was like if we passed AMC 1, let's go, like if we just clear AMC 1 and then the OET or whatever the English exams are there, and what if we don't pass the AMC 2? Like, do we have multiple attempts over there, and what are the consequences after that?
See, hi, Kamran, Abbas side. So, firstly, I would like to address this concern into a very simple thing. The thing is, on priority basis, AMC2 is somewhat into a clinical methodology, right? So, there is very rare chance for any of the individual who can pass the theoretical one and post working over there and post having experience, you know, to fail to clear the clinical examination, because this is something which is clinical based, as a scenario based, right? But any which ways, let's suppose let's consider this thing as a worst case scenario, you know, then also AMC one also have a validity of lifetime, so that won't be an issue for any of the individual, any of the circumstances appears.
Thank you so much. I also wanted to ask, like, see, there is a narrative which goes on, like, in the entire social media. Like, see, if you clear AMC one, you all think it's easy to get a job or anything over there. That's like, but everyone says on social media that after passing AMC one, it's really tough to get a post for intern or something. Like,
See,
how about it is being true?
Kamran, I'll be very honest with you. You know, I'll be very, very honest with you. Nothing is easy. Okay. I mean, like, there is no such thing that is called easy. It is a struggle that is being involved into the entire scenarios. It is just depending upon the approach, how you approach towards the things and how you take it. Because honestly, taking care of this consultation team, from academically global itself, I've seen many of the students who do get and many of the students who don't get, right? Depending upon the approach and depending upon the point of view, what they are taking it forward for, right? So commenting upon this thing that it is easy or difficult won't be the right thing as of now, being as in into the segments. But I'll be very honest with you, opportunities are over there, right? It is just totally depending upon how you are taking it forward and how aggressively you are looking forward.
Like, there are still chances to get into it, right?
Yes, absolutely, absolutely.
Okay, like in Hyderabad, you said like there is an office over here. Like, if I would like to know the location of it, like it
We
would be
are
much better if I come and meet in person, right?
surely, Kamran. We actually, Dr. Vikram, recently had a visit over there in Hyderabad itself, right? We had a meetup, right? And surely in coming, I'll say, few days, we will be announcing it officially, right? About everything. So it will be more convenient for you to visit over there and meet us at that point of time.
And also about the portfolio and all. Like, I heard like the portfolio and all. If we make it on our own, we have very less chances because we have no knowledge about it. Like, does academically help us in building our portfolio as well?
We take sessions how to, representation of the portfolios and everything. We do take sessions. I'll be very honest, we don't make it, right? We do guide you how to represent your knowledge into a better way so that it might be much more appealing, right? So we do assist you on making of portfolios and CVs and all.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Hello, I have this doubt. So at the end of the day, everybody is going to clear AMC 1 and probably AMC 2. Now, the difference that what makes everyone different is like our CV building, right? So how does academically help us in this CV building? Like, in suppose if we take a USMLE, we have various options like publishing many research papers and doing like lots of stuff, right? Like, how does it happen in Australia, and how does academically help us build in our CV?
See, your good name? Sorry, I didn't get your name.
Oh, it's Nihari.
Nihari. Okay, Niharika, I'll be very clear with this thing part. This part is that when we are talking about CV making, so it is just like we will be portraying you as how things work is basically we are going to give you an expand idea that how employers are seeking things over there, right? How they are taking things forward. What will be the right approach for approaching for this particular criteria of job and how this thing is to be represented. Okay, rest is totally dependent upon your experiences. I mean, like as you mentioned that you have a research orientation previously or something like that, so it will be I'll say the guidance on how to represent the I'll say complete of yours knowledge and complete of your experiences and everything, right? So that is how you are going to stand, and in which ways it is similar across the globe. I mean, like you can't make a standard CV for all the jobs available out there, and every candidate is different. So, in which ways, if you have done any sort of work, it is going to give you weightage. Okay.
Okay, and there's another thing like validity of AMC 1, because there's going to be an English proficiency test, right? So you from the webinar I got to know that PT would be the most ideal choice. So what's the expiry for this English proficiency so that we need not rewrite again before giving our MC2, right?
See, the exam, I'll categorize one thing. AMC1 have lifetime validity, okay? And validity for English is 2 years,
Okay, thank you.
right? And in addition, you need English examination for your visa procedures, right? Not for your licenses. So just in case, if you want to write AMC1 and AMC2, right, then you can write your English exam post completion of your AMC2 as well.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, guys, anyone else? If you can raise up your hands, it will be more convenient for me to answer. Yes, Tejaswini, please.
Hello. Hi,
Yeah.
sir.
Hi,
Good
hi.
morning. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Sir, actually, I have a doubt. Actually, I have done this NEET PG exams. I cleared this NEET PG. Every time I'm clearing, but problem is I want to get a clinical seat, which is respiratory medicine. So I'm not getting through this NEET PG exam. This time also I cleared, and I was getting this 12 lakh seats of anesthesia. The meanwhile, my loan is not getting approved for education, my education. So I thought I will make I will do this Australian medical exam and I'll clear it, and I will do this clinical subjects in Australia only. So I can do the post graduation in Australia, sir, by clearing this AMC part 1 and part 2.
Yes, you can. You can do post graduation in Australia.
Okay, that how much time it will take, how much duration it will take?
See, it will take approximately for you to appear for, I'll say post graduation in Australia.
Mhm.
It is like once you complete your AMC2, then you can appear for it after 1 year.
1 year.
Yeah.
Sir, if I clear AMC part 1, if
Mhm.
I'm not able to do this AMC part 2, I'm not able to clear AMC part 2 means my career will stop there only, or any other option is there?
No, nothing is going to stop over there. There are multiple options. The objective of this webinar was just to explain all the pathways available, right? I mean, like you can
Yeah,
migrate
yeah.
from England as well. Once completion of your AMC1 and AMC2, you can migrate to Dubai as well. So there is nothing which is going to get stopped. Even in my previous question, I also mentioned that validity for AMC1 is for lifetime. So it is not going to get stopped off anywhere. But in
Mhm.
addition, I would like to clarify one more thing. You guys are doctors, right? And you guys have already cleared up with your theoretical knowledge examination, and AMC2 is completely based on the practical scenarios which is going to get forward, right? So
Mhm.
I believe, you know talking about this thing, for not getting cleared for AMC2 is something which is, I feel, not that convincing, right?
Okay.
Because
Yeah.
anyone who is getting cleared up with things like AMC1, right, and then
Mhm.
talking about the thing which is more into practical knowledge based implementation of the experience that you have already taken it
Mhm.
forward, right?
Yes,
So I
yes.
don't feel like much more convincing that if any of the candidate has cleared AMC1 and then not able to clear AMC2.
Okay.
Yeah.
So thing is like I have seen in Google, sir, like it is like passing percentage is low. You are not able to clear AMC part 2. Even I have a confidence I will do this 2 exams at a time.
Hmm.
But in the Google, the percentage, like passing percentage of PLAB and AMC, it's PLAB is very easier than AMC. Those things and all is disturbing me. So I want one person to tell me about this exams, how it will be and how much we
Okay.
can do that.
So you do one thing, Tejaswini, you just drop your email ID and your contact number, right?
Uh-huh.
I'll assign
Okay.
someone from our counseling team. They will
Okay.
actually consult you on all your queries, all the possible doubts, right?
Mm.
And will
Mm.
address all the queries and concerns with reference. I mean, like I am just going to give you the verbal answers, but the
Mm-hmm.
counseling team will give you the evidence of all the facts that we are actually portraying over, right?
Okay.
So that
Okay.
will give you much more clarity for the sake of same, and then you can take a firm decision regarding this. I
Okay.
think that
Okay.
sounds like good, right?
Yeah, sir. It will be good.
Please drop your contact details and I'll assign your counselor right away so that that your queries could be answered.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Dr. Mads, please ask your question.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Is there any age limit for this exam?
See, there is no as such age limit for AMC, but for gaining PR, there is an age limit of 45 in Australia.
It's a 45.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, sir.
Yes, Dr. Tejaswini.
No, sir. I cleared my doubt.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yes, Dr. Deepak.
Hello, sir. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Please tell.
I have done my MBBS from Russia, sir,
Mm-hmm.
and I haven't cleared my FMG yet. Actually,
Okay.
I have not planned to practice in India. So I want to settle somewhere in abroad. I was looking, I was looking up on Google, so I found this academically.
Hmm.
So I've joined the AMC course now.
Okay.
So I haven't done any internship also.
Okay.
So if I clear my AMC one,
Mm-hmm.
what are the possibilities that I can apply for an internship and I'll get it
See,
like as soon as possible?
I'll be very honest with you. You do have
Mm-hmm.
an option to get internship in Australia, right?
Okay.
It is just
Uh-huh.
a part of a journey, right? And in which way, once you complete your medicine in a standard path, standard protocol, if I go on, right? Then
Mm-hmm.
internship is something which is mandatory. Okay.
Okay.
Because if
Okay.
you haven't appeared for your internship, then you have to do your internship in Australia. Either you go forward for AMC one, post completion of your AMC one and AMC two, if you go forward for practicing in Australia, then also, right? So, any which
Okay.
case, there is no option to bypass your internship, and yes, there is possibility of getting landing you up for into an internship. There is no assessment.
So I don't want to bypass it or not. I want to do my internship because I don't have that much practical experience yet.
Right.
So I haven't cleared my FMG. So, but still I can practice in some hospitals in Chennai. Like I live in Chennai.
But won't be considerable. It won't be considerable.
Okay.
Hmm.
So it is possible that I can get an internship in Australia after clearing my AMC one.
Yes, it is.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yes, Dr. Rama.
Good afternoon, sir.
Hi, good afternoon, Dr. Rama. Please tell me.
Will you give training for AMC2 also, sir?
I'm really sorry, your voice is getting cracked, Dr. Rama. Can you be a bit
Sir?
more louder?
Will you give training for AMC2 also?
Yes, we do. We do. We have recently introduced preparations for AMC2 as well. So we will be providing you the preparations for AMC2 as well, and we do provide you preparations for NZRX as well.
So you told that only 6 months is their time limit for fees.
Time limit as in what? Sorry.
For fees, validity is only 6 months only. You told, as for AMC2, another fees, huh?
For you to prepare, it is much more convenient to complete into 6 months. I mean, like the module that we are covering, that is what we are talking about.
So for AMC2 also within that 6 months only?
No. See, I'll tell you how it works is basically, firstly, when you will be going forward for AMC1, you need to go forward for the skill assessment. Okay. Once you are done with your skill assessment into the duration of 2 months approximately, then you will be starting your preparation for AMC1. If you are confident enough to write your AMC1 in coming 6 months, then you can write your AMC1 examination. Once you get the result, then at any point of time, like 6 to 8 months, you can start preparing for AMC2. That is how it is.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. I can see many questions on chat box as well. I mean, like, is MBA hospital, Dr. Anand, is MBA hospital administration from India of any value in portfolio building? See, Dr. Anand, I'll be very honest with you. MBA in hospital administration will give you some weightage, right? But you guys are going to land up as a doctors over there, right? So any which ways, your masters into the specific specialization will add more, right? So anything you have done is something like that is going to get a value, but for privilege, it will be better if you will be having up, something related with your specializations. And how long it is going to take person to complete AMC1 and having its career gap of 2 years. Dr. Priya, if you're having your age gap, career gap of 2 years, that is something which is not a big concern, because we have seen candidates with 3-4 years of age gap, or career gaps. So it is not a big concern for you. It is totally depending upon how you are going to get yourself prepared up. Somewhat the same. I mean, like somewhat the same. Dr. Gopika, it is somewhat the same. Yes, doctors, we are over here to have a discussion. So just in case if anyone have doubts, I would really appreciate if you can raise up your hand so that I can address. Dr. S. Kumar, please tell me.
So hi sir, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. I just want to know about the PESCI pathway. So if I got registered in India and if I completed my NEET PG and I'll gain some experience, right? Is there any possible way to get inside Australia via the PESCI pathway? Is it
See,
possible?
PESCI pathway, how it works is basically you need to appear for your AMC1 examination, right?
Oh, okay.
Once you are
Yeah.
completely cleared up with your AMC1 examination, and if you have a profile, right? If you have a profile for approximately having 3 to 4 years of experience working into general medicine, right? I mean, like as a general physician, okay? Then
Okay.
you might get eligible for PESCI pathway and you might have a pathway transition. I mean, like I'll give you an example of one of our candidates who have already gotten PESCI pathway. So he has somewhat around 6.5 years of experience after their MBBS, right? And have been working into clinic, right? So he got PESCI pathway, and PESCI pathway is something which is for the candidates who are looking it forward for, specifically for general medicine only, as a general physician.
Oh, okay. Oh, just for the general physician.
Right,
Okay.
right.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. Uh, who's next? Yes, Dr. Mads, I'm sorry, I'm pronouncing your name wrong.
Hello, sir.
Yes, please tell me.
How many times this exam conducted yearly?
Approximately 10 times a year.
Okay. Okay, sir. That's the question.
All right, guys, just in case if you are having any hesitation in asking any of the questions right now, so you can drop your contact details, right? And our team will get in touch with you, right? Surely, maybe by tomorrow first half itself, so that all your queries and concerns will be addressed. Yes, Dr. Shabnam, please tell me.
So if we proceed our PG in India and we are done with our PG in India, so it will recognize in Australia.
I'll be honest, no. I mean, like, I'll tell you how it happens in Australia. So the PG weightage in India and in Australia are much more different, right? So over here, PG duration is somewhat around 2 to 3 years, right?
Yes,
But
sir.
over there, it is somewhat around 4 to 5 years, depending upon the specializations, right? So it
Okay.
won't be that much addition to your profiles or something like that, right? So usually, if any of the candidate who has done, a standard ideal candidate, I'll say, any of the candidate who has done their MBBS, right? And then go forward for AMC, and then appear for AMC1 and then complete their AMC. And post completion of AMC2, then wants to go forward for PG in Australia. That will be much more, feasible for that particular person, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Like actually, I done my FMG just now, and I'm planning for PG also, and I'm searching for the AMC in previous years also. So I'm just planning which one I have to prefer first,
I
the
will
AMC or PM.
give you very honest opinion. As per my opinion, you should go forward for AMC, right?
Okay.
Behind is that you can, immediately start up with, preparations as well. Any which ways you have to prepare for NEET PG as well.
Yeah.
So if you have an ambition to work in, tier 1 country, then you should go forward for AMC because it is actually unlocking many pathways. Okay.
Yeah, well, I'm planning to settle in outside of the India, like in abroad only. So I'm just
See,
curious
if
about
you
this.
want, you can, I'll be very honest, if you have that ambition, then you should go forward for AMC. That is what I'll give you a one line answer. Just in case if you have much more queries. So I believe you have already dropped your contact details, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay,
And
so yeah.
one more question, sir. Like, if I prefer from Germany or Australia, which one is the best? Like,
See, any which ways, if you know German, then any which way Germany is option. But
mhm.
for us, it's been like really while we have been learning English and we have seen people not able to cope up with English exams, right?
Yeah,
Many
yeah,
being able to cope up with English exams, right?
yeah.
So German is although a new language. So if you are good with that, then any which ways you can. But for Germany you need to have German language, but for Australia you need to have English, and English is something which can be covered up into an easy methodology, right?
And what's the like ratio like for PET or something like I can clear out?
See, PT is much more easier as compared to IELTS. So any which ways, any of the candidate can get easily cracked up with PT. That is something which is not a tough exam, I would say.
Mm-hmm. Was the like fees for the AMC one only?
Dr. Shabnam, that is with subject to the multiple things, right? So I can do
Yeah.
one thing. I can align a call for you with one of our counselors from the
Okay.
counseling team.
Mm-hmm.
Firstly, they will be giving you all insights about things, how it works, right? And
Mm-hmm.
then it will be much more convenient for us to actually have that discussion.
Okay, okay, okay. Thank you so much. No problem.
Yes, doctors. Doctor, yes, Niharika, please ask the question.
I from my counselor I heard that it's going to be a 4 month program, right? So the
Mm-hmm.
new one will start on 15th March, apparently, if I'm not wrong.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yes.
the thing is, I'm graduating on April 5th, so I think I might be missing 1 month. But then I also
See,
got to know that only during the first 8 months of the year, we are
mhm.
going to have online classes, and the last 4 months we'll be having only offline classes. So I thought,
No, no, no. I'll tell you. I'll tell you. Who's your counselor, by the way, Dr. Niharika?
I think it was 𝗙𝗵𝗃𝗃, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, okay. So I'll tell you. I'll just give you more clarity on this. So how things work is basically once you go forward for our preparations. So we have a segment for 4+4+4 into the preparation methodology, right? Among those 4+4 methodology, how it works is basically first 4 months is for the first batches of live classes. Second month is also for the second batch of live classes, and third 4 months is basically for with the recorded classes. So any which ways, if you are going to start going to miss anything, it is going to get covered up. That is something which is not a big concern.
Okay, okay,
Yeah.
thank you. And hi, Ma.
Okay. All right. So guys, if you have any of the queries, please raise up your hands so that I can address. And just in case if you don't, then you can drop your contact details so that our team can get in touch with you.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, Dr. Deepak, please.
Yeah. Uh, so I have started preparing for AMC one now. So I'm planning to give my AMC by July, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So after that, which is the best, the English proficiency exam, which like uh has a better chance?
I believe PT is the best option as in going forward for this.
Okay, PT.
PTE, you're
Okay, yeah,
asking
yeah,
the
yeah.
English exam, right?
Yeah.
PTE.
Okay, sir. So after clearing that exam,
Mm-hmm.
like in English PT,
Mm-hmm.
so how long will it take to get an internship in Australia?
See, as I mentioned in my previous answer itself, it is
Mm-hmm.
totally depending upon how you are taking it forward, right?
Okay.
So
Uh-huh.
it is something which subject to which will may vary in candidate to candidate. So let's suppose how you're taking it forward, how you are aggressively you are looking it forward for. That is something which is the key. Okay.
Okay.
So
Okay.
for me to comment a date won't be the right thing, but just an average, it takes 2 to 3 months for any of the individual to land up on there.
Okay. So approximately it takes around 2 to 3 months.
Yes, yes. It might be less, it might be more, depending on
Yeah.
candidate. On
So
an average, an ideal time should be this.
okay. So I can be sure that I'll get an internship in Australia, right? After clearing AMC one and PT.
See, I mentioned this thing. It is totally as subject to candidate to candidate.
Candidate. Okay. Depends on us.
Yes, absolutely. As I mentioned, this thing is totally depending on you guys, right?
Okay.
And we, as in what we will be doing is, we will be getting you prepared up for your licensing examination. We can suggest you the best possible pathway that is available, right? How you can approach it forward. The thing is that how you are taking it, that is something which is what's subjective. Because
Mm-hmm.
we have a batch of students who are taking it forward, who will be taking the things, right? And who are landing up into the things, right? So we can just
Yeah.
give approximation of things which is available, right? Depending on our experience.
Yeah. I understood.
Now, I can't, automate things for you. It is totally depending on you how you have to approach forward for it and how you are taking it forward.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I want to ask one more question.
Please.
So is there any courses or any practice in India which I can do so I can look better in my portfolio?
Courses, as in there are multiple courses that is to be done, but I believe one thing at a time would be much more convenient for you.
No, not now. After clearing AMC, so
Mm-hmm.
I'll start preparing for my PT, right? So after that, still I'll have 2-3 months,
So you can
as
go
you
for
mentioned.
CPT courses and all.
Come again, sir. I couldn't hear
CPT,
you.
CPT courses and all.
Sorry, I still didn't get it.
You can go forward for CPT courses. CPT.
Oh, okay. So I haven't cleared my FMG, so that's not a problem, right?
Continuous professional development courses can be done for you, right?
Okay then.
Yeah. Just an add-on. I mean, like this is something which I don't recommend, but just an add-on if you want to.
Yeah, I just want to make my portfolio look better. That's why I'm asking.
Yeah, it will add up.
Okay then. Thank you so much, sir.
Yes, Dr. Reddy, please ask your question.
Hi, sir.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I hope you're good too.
Absolutely. Please go on.
Yeah, I have this doubt. Like, I have gone through the AMC website and I have got to know that AMC 1 will be conducted like every month till November, I guess, every year. But
Mm-hmm.
I didn't get the specifications about AMC 2, like when it will be conducted and how many times per year it will be conducted. And just now from the webinar, I got to know that we'll have to fly down to Melbourne to attend.
Your voice is get cracked. I mean, like I lost you from MC2.
Is it clear now, sir?
Yes, you are. Please.
Yeah, from the AMC website, I got to know about the details of
Mm-hmm.
AMC Part 1 exam. Like it will be conducted every month till November, I guess. And but I didn't get any specifications about AMC Part 2, like how many times it's going to be conducted in a year. Any details regarding that?
It is totally depending on AMC, right? So they do propose dates, right?
Okay.
Yeah, they do propose dates as per the availability slots and all, and that is how it is.
Okay. Any idea like regarding at least like how many times it's going to be conducted in a year? Like not specifically the date, but
2 to 4 times, I believe.
okay, okay. Thank you.
All right, Dr. Niharika, you have a question or something? Or you just raised it by
Yes,
mistake? I'm sorry. Yeah.
the thing is, for in case of USMLE, we have math season, right? So the time of year where everyone applies for the interviews.
Mm-hmm.
So going to apply for a temporary license and apply for the internships as a temporary GP after completing AMC one.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like all the hospitals will be hiring at the same time. So when's the best time to plan for applying to a hospital?
See, July will be the ideal time for you to plan this thing, right? Ideally. But, and there is no such thing that is all the hospitals are not hiring up or something like that because, we do refer to a website that is seek.au, right? In that website, if you can, just check, then there is openings throughout the year, right? Because on an average, as per the recent articles and as per what we follow, is something there is a shortage of GPs by 20,000 in Australia, right? So there are possibilities for all the candidates to get job throughout the year. But ideal time it would be July. But I prefer, throughout the year it will be much more convenient for you to get a.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Hello, sir.
Yes, Dr. Deepak.
So
Please.
as you mentioned earlier, so you told that July is the best time to apply for the internship for the GPNO.
No. I mentioned idealist time, right?
Yeah.
Which is maximum
That's what I'm
opportunity
asking.
is July, but
Okay.
it is going throughout the year, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
So by clearing AMC 1 by July is the best, or you're telling that I should start applying for internships
I mean, you have
by?
already cleared up with your AMC one.
No. I'm planning to give by this July.
So yes, you can. Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So understood. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. So I believe, Dr. Mads, your question. All right. I think I have already addressed his doubt. Okay. So, guys, just in case,
Sir,
yeah. Please tell me.
how much cost will be all this thing after landed in Australia? How much it will be?
I mean, like,
Total cost?
cost as in, like, this is something which you need to have a detailed discussion. So I would really appreciate if you can just drop your contact details so our counselor can get in touch with you and can explain you the elaborated costings and everything.
Okay. Okay, sir. Is this one, sir?
Yeah. All right. So I guess, doctors, just in case if you have any of the question and queries unanswered, so I would really appreciate if you can just drop your contact details so our team can get in touch with you and can address all the queries. Okay. So this was really a good discussion, and I wish you guys all the best, and will surely assist you guys on the best. All the best, guys. Thank you so much. Have a good
Thank you
day
so
ahead.
much for your guidance, sir. Have a good
Thank
day.
you.
कोणते नाही